ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ओम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। ओम श्री वेदव्यास वैशंपायन याज्ञवल्क्य आद्य शंकरादि गुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। समस्त गुरूणां देवतानां परब्रह्मणः श्रुतिमातु कृपया श्रुति उक्ता परब्रह्मानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थम अस्मिन् क्षणे एव सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थान पुनर्जागरण विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थम विश्वशांति कल्याणार्थम समस्त साधक भक्त सेवक उपासक धर्म संस्थापकानां विघ्न निवारण समस्त शक्तीनां अवाप्त्यर्थम अस्यां शुभतिथौ श्री गणपत्यथर्व शीर्ष उपनिषदः पारायणं तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः आद्यशंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। In continuation of our Vedic chanting, today's chant is Ganapati Atharva Sheersha Upanishad. Very beautiful. It will take 3-4 minutes. Just enjoy listening. Have book chant yourself also if possible. Om Atha Ganapatyatharva Sheershopanishad. Om Bhadram Karnebhiः Shrunuyama Devaः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ नमस्ते गणपतये त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं तत्त्वमसि त्वमेव केवलं कर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं धर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं हर्तासि त्वमेव सर्वं कल्विदं ब्रह्मासि त्वं साक्षादात्मासि नित्यं ऋतं वच्मि सत्यं वच्मि अवत्वं माम् अववक्तारम् अवश्रोतारम् अवदातारम् अवधातारम् अवानोचानमवशिष्यम् अवपश्चात्तात् अवपुरस्तात् अवोत्तरात्तात् अवदक्षिणात्तात् अवचोर्ध्वात्तात् अवाधरात्तात् सर्वतो मां पाहि पाहि समन्तात् त्वं वाङ्मयस्त्वं चिन्मयः त्वमानन्दमयस्त्वं ब्रह्ममयः त्वं सच्चिदानन्दाद्वितीयोऽसि त्वं प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमयोऽसि सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तो जायते सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तस्तिष्ठति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि लयमेष्यति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि प्रत्येति त्वं भूमिरापो नलो निलो नभः त्वं चत्वारि वाक्पदानि त्वं गुणत्रयातीतः त्वमवस्थात्रयातीतः त्वं देहत्रयातीतः त्वं कालत्रयातीतः त्वं मूलाधारस्थितोऽसि नित्यं त्वं शक्तित्रयात्मकः त्वां योगिनो ध्यायन्ति नित्यं त्वं ब्रह्मा त्वं विष्णुस्त्वं रुद्रस्त्वमिन्द्रस्त्वमग्निस्त्वं वायुस्त्वं सूर्यस्त्वं चन्द्रमास्त्वं ब्रह्मभूर्भुवः सुवरोम गणादिं पूर्वमुच्चार्य वर्णादीन् तदनन्तरम् अनुस्वारपरतरः अर्धेन्दुलसितं तारेण रुद्धम् एतत्तव मनुस्वरूपं गकारपूर्वरूपम् अकारो मध्यमरूपम् अनुस्वारश्चान्त्यरूपं बिन्दुरुत्तररूपं नादसन्धानं सगंहिताः सन्धिः सैषा गणेशविद्या गणकऋषिः निःसृद्गायत्री छन्दः गणपतिर्देवता ॐ गणपतये नमः एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात् एकदन्तं चतुर्हस्तं पाशमङ्कुशधारिणं रदं च वरदं हस्तैर्बिभ्राणं मूषकध्वजं रक्तं लम्बोदरं शूर्पकर्णकं रक्तवाससं रक्तगन्धानुलिप्ताङ्गं रक्तपुष्पैः सुपूजितं भक्तानुकम्पिनं देवं जगत्कारणमच्युतम् आविर्भूतं च सृष्ट्यादौ प्रकृतेः पुरुषात् परम् एवं ध्यायति यो नित्यं स योगी योगिनां वरः नमो व्रातपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्तेऽस्तु लम्बोदराय एकदन्ताय विघ्ननाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीवरदमूर्तये नमः एतदथर्वशीर्षं योधीते स ब्रह्मभूयाय कल्पते स सर्वविघ्नैर्न बाध्यते स सर्वत्र सुखमेधते स पञ्चमहापापात् प्रमुच्यते सायमधीयानो दिवसकृतं पापन्नाशयति प्रातरधीयानो रात्रिकृतं पापन्नाशयति सायं प्रातः प्रयुञ्जानो पापो पापो भवति सर्वत्राधीयानोपविघ्नो भवति धर्मार्थकाममोक्षं च विन्दते इदमथर्वशीर्षमशिष्याय न देयं यो यदि मोहात् दास्यति स पापेयान् भवते सहस्रावर्तनाद्यम्यं काममधीते तं तमनेन साधयेत् अनेन गणपतिमपि सिञ्चति स वाग्मी भवते चतुर्थ्यामनश्नं जपति स विद्यावान् भवते इत्यथर्वणवाक्यम् ब्रह्माद्यावरणं विद्यान्न बिभेति कदाचनेति यो दूर्वाङ्कुरैर्यजति स वैश्रवणोपमो भवति यो लाजैर्यजति स यशोवान् भवति स मेधावान् भवति यो मोदकसहस्रेण यजति स वाञ्छितफलमवाप्नोति यस्साज्य समिद्भिर्यजति स सर्वं लभते स सर्वं लभते अष्टौ ब्राह्मणान् सम्यक् ग्राहयित्वा सूर्यवर्चस्वी भवते सूर्यग्रहे महानद्यां प्रतिमासन्निधौ वा जप्त्वा सिद्धमन्त्रो भवति महाविघ्नात् प्रमुच्यते महादोषात् प्रमुच्यते महाप्रत्यवायात् प्रमुच्यते स सर्वविद् भवति स सर्वविद् भवते एवं वेद इत्युपनिषदा ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अथ श्रीकृष्णयजुर्वेदान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय आरण्यकान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद ॐ यस्मात् जातं जगत्सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रणीयते येनेदन्धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः यैरिमे गुरुमे पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम् तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतो तद्वक्तारमवतो अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अथ द्वितीया ब्रह्मानन्दवल्ली शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अथ प्रथमोऽनुवाकः उपनिषत्सारसङ्ग्रहः ॐ ब्रह्मविदाप्नोति परं तदेशाभ्युक्ता सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तं ब्रह्म Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman Soshnute Sarvan Kaman Saha Brahmana Vipaschite Te Tasmadva Etasmadatmana Akasha Sambhotaha Akashadvayuh Vayoragnihi Agnerabah Adbyah Pruthive Prithivya Oshadhayah Oshadhibhyonnam Annat Purushah Sava Esha Purushonnarasamayah Tasyedameva Shirah Ayam Dakshina Pakshah Ayamuttara Pakshah Ayamatma Idam Bucham Pratishtha Tadapyesha Shloko Bhavati Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Salutations to Parabrahma Tattva Shruti Mata. Salutations to all Brahma Vidya Acharyas, Rishis, Munis, Gurus, Devatas. Salutations to Sri Vedavyasa Vaishampayana Agnivalki Adi Shankara. Salutations to our own Gurus. After coming out of the animalistic life of living only for the sense objects with the sense organs, after living certain amount of some lives with pure dharmika jivanam, where the kamya nishiddha karmas are given up, after living a sufficient life of serving the world in whatever the given or chosen field, after going through some years of the upasanas as said in the Prathama Valli, and after listening or doing some of the yoga sadhanas for the Chittavritti Nirodha, with all that, when the antakarana is found to be little Shuddha, with that Shuddha antakarana, when the inquiry is made, in that inquiry or viveka, when what is real, unreal, temporary, permanent, bandha moksha is analyzed, in the analysis, everything other than Paramatma is not only unreal, but if we give it the reality value, it's going to bind me. Therefore, I want to come out of it. I just want to be one with the Parabrahma Tattva, one with that mukti giving Atmanubhuti. A person who has, a jiva who has, a sadhaka who has, in this way, from that step 1 to this step, has evolved with all the required efforts put, with all the time given, time required. Maybe one life, two lives, we don't know. To such person is the validity or importance or usefulness of this mukti giving, the Brahma Vidya giving, the Upanishad study. If that qualifications, if all those that are not there, Upanishad study will only be an information. But yet, we can gain at that information. Who knows? This information may inspire us to again start our journey from where we are, that is at the very outside level, gross level of in this world of karma. So those who are purified, when they listen, directly they reach out because there are nothing within or without to obstruct his journey. But you and I who have so many things yet to clear off at every level. How is the Upanishad's utility is? Upanishad gives us vision. It gives us the ultimate goal. It puts in front of us the challenge to reach to that ultimate goal for which all efforts and all sacrifices can we do. That is a challenge. And the one who listens to Upanishad takes it as a goal, the Parabrahma, and takes it as a challenge and gets inspired by both the goal and challenge and is ready to give up what is to be given up, take up what is to be taken up, for both of that, ready to put all the due efforts to such people also, this Brahma Vidya will be helpful. Neither prepared nor keeping the goal Parabrahma. To such people, Upanishad is only one way helpful, that during the Upanishad study time, the world is not disturbed by them, nor they have added any new nuisance. Other than that, not much benefit. Though we may not be belonging to the first category, wherein we are fully purified, therefore, as the teacher is teaching Brahma Vidya, we are able to grasp it and engross ourselves in it. So too, we should not be the third category where We listen but not inspired to live the life to reach the goal. We should be in that second category where we listen to Upanishad in that Brahma Vidya thoroughly, intellectually, very detailedly we understand because it is the theoretical knowledge alone which gives the glory of that goal and which gives the clarity of as to how to reach to that goal. So let us that way spend these years of time in study of Upanishads in getting the crystal clear picture about the goal to be reached and the sadhanas outer and inner to be done. Once this is done, now whatever other things so far we are lost in or caught up, even each one of them slowly, steadily, we get out of them to that extent we involve only in the pursuit of Paramatma. If we can do this, we are doing the best help to ourselves, we are doing the best help to the world, we are doing the best seva to the Guru Parampara, the Shruti Mata, even Bhagavan, and also ultimately this great, grand, glorious our Vaidika Samskruti Sanatana Dharma. So good that we are here, very good that we are consistent, very, very good that we are showing our interest and our liking and Shraddha. And most wonderful thing is we are able to apprehend, we are able to appreciate the knowledge that is indicated. And more great it is if we take it more seriously as our own homework also. And more when we involve in this, thus we are helping ourselves the most. And other than this, nothing else. If that level we have come, then not very far is the grace of Shruti Mata and Guru and Bhagavan that we are going to quickly be clear of all the to be things to be cleared and the anubhutis will soon come to us. So having said so, now we are in the Taittiriya Upanishad Adhyanam with Adya Shankara Bhagavan's beautiful Bhashyam. In that we are into the second Brahmananda Valli. In that also in the Prathamaha Anuvakaha. In that Prathama Anuvaka also the Sutra Bhuta Vakya with Bhashya thoroughly we understood. Then the extension of that sutra, the explanation of that sutra, again both of them become the main sutra Vakya for the entire Upanishad. That second mantra's analysis we are in now. And in the second mantra's analysis, understanding alone, the complete clarity about the Paramatma Tattva comes to us. That is why Bhagavan Shankara himself, taking the role of Purapakshi, what can be the genuine doubts that can come in trying to understand these through mantras? He himself puts up the questions and he himself is Siddhanti answering them, therefore helping us to know the need of question, raise the question, to know the need of answer and gather the answer, collect the answer. So the Mula Sutra Bhutavakya is Brahmavid Apnoti Param. Now we have sufficiently pondered over that almost every day, and the summary of it is only the Brahmavid obtains the Param. Therefore, anyone who is not the Brahmavid will not obtain the Param. He will be at the upper level only, that upper level of any obtainment. Because it is not Param, it will end bringing us back to where we have started from. Whereas, when the Paraprapti is obtained, it is infinite, it is never coming back, it is endless. Therefore, the goal should be the Paraprapti, not Apara, and Paraprapti is only through Brahma Vidya. Therefore, the means should be our Brahma Vidya. So, our entire lives, attention is only in gaining Brahma Vidya in theory, in practice, and in experience. Once this is done, then the Brahma Vidya is taught in the Rigveda mantra. Only one. This is what we have to know theoretically, know practically, experience it. That experience is called as Brahma Vedanam. That obviously shows to us, leads to us, or makes it very clear to us that we have achieved the Param. And what is that second line? First one is Brahma Vedapnoti Param. Second one is Tadesha Abhyukta Tadartham Esha Ruch Abhyukta Tad Brahma Esha Rucha Abhyukta. That Brahma is spoken exhaustively, completely, Esha by this Rug mantra. And what is that? Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Satyam Jnanamanantam Brahma. This is what is the Brahma Tattva's explanation. Then all what we saw yesterday, day before, we just can spend some time to recollect that these three words are explaining the Brahman without creating any attributes or adjectives in Brahman. Brahman is always adjectiveless, attributeless, pure and the purest truth reality. Because if it has got attributes and the adjectives, so then the Visheshana Vishesha Sambandha limits it, and the adjectives and attributes get perished. Therefore, not adjective, not attribute, only it is an indicator, it's a pointer. More importantly, it is the Lakshana or it is the Dharma, inseparable Dharma or inseparable Lakshanas are these words and their meaning with Brahman. So these three words, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, these three words, Satyam Jnanam Anantam, are the words having their meaning in indicating Brahmana, Brahma Tattva, Lakshana Rupena, in as much as only it is the words that are used in the word usage only, there is seeming separation, otherwise it is one only. The three words indicate Brahman. So there is the relation between them is not the Nila Utpalavatu. The relation between them is the Dahaka Shakti, Jalana Shakti and Agnivatu. So the Madhuram and Madhuryam Vatu. Madhuram is sweet sugar, Madhuryam is sweetness. So like that is the relation between these words and the Brahma Tattva we have to know. Then each word is independently related to the Brahma Tattva. Usually they have nothing to do without Brahma Tattva. But each of the word when we discover as Brahma, whether the discovery is correct or not, ensured by other two. Thus the Brahman is these three words, all these three words, only these three words. Clear? Brahman is these three words. All three, not one, not two, not three, or not one or not one, not all three. And only these three. There is no fourth word required. And these three words are only in Brahman valid, no other thing. And any other thing which is having the perception by us and not having this quality, it is not actually real. It is not any. It's not real. It is only mithya or imaginary. That is how basic thing we have to understand. Thereafter, the Satyam Brahma word is taken up and explanation is given. We have studied it exhaustively yesterday. I hope we have done little of the homework of little contemplation on that. Mainly the explanation, definition given to the word Satyam. Yad yena rupena, okay, yad येन रूपेण यत् रूपेण यत् निश्चितं यद् रूपेण यद् निश्चितं तद् रूपं न व्यभिचरति तत् सत्यम. That which is defined or explained by something, and that definition or explanation, when it doesn't go away, it is always the same. That is called as Satyam of that particular thing. First, meaning of the word Satyam you have to understand. Then the contrast of it is what? Yad rupena yad nishchitam tad vyavicharata tad na satyam. Then kim tado anrutam. Now these two lead to the third conclusion, which is most important. There only either we half understand or no understand and think that we have understood it thoroughly and we just move ahead. Here is where we have to very consciously, cautiously pause and try to catch what the Bhashyakara and the Sutrakara are trying to mean. So, yat rupena yat nishchitam tat na vyabhicharat satyam. That which is explained as something is called as satyam. Okay. Yad rupena yad nishchitam tad na vyabhicharat satyam. Then yad rupena yad nishchitam tad vyabhicharat cheta anrutam. Therefore, vyabhicharat is equal to vikari. Therefore, vikari is anrutam. Vikaram is anrutam. Avikaram is satyam. Now, in these words only, the entire deeper than the deepest meditation is there. I will repeat it 2, 3 more times. Yad vikari tad anrutam. Ataha यद यद अविकारी तदेव ऋतम और सत्यम. यद विकारी तद अनृतम, यद अविकारी तदेव ऋतम और सत्यम. So yad vikari or vyabhicharat, that which gets changed or modified, whichever it may be now. That is the bigness of that sentence, all encompassing. Main sentence is what? Yad vikari or vyabhicharat tad anrutam. Pause here. Try to catch it. Yat means what? Anything. Whatever it is. Going through the vikara, it is anruta. It is unreal. Then yad navikari, avikari, navyabhisarata, tadeva satyam. These are the definitions. Now, the example given is the mud. The mud is never vikari. It is rutam. It is satyam. But the same mud is appearing as pot. The name that is given to this shape. Will that pot's name and shape remain all the time? When the pot gets broken, it is no more a part. You will give some other name to those pieces. Pieces you call them. Therefore, the root of the pot, vyabhicharat, therefore vikari, therefore anrutam. Then to the rupa only the name is given. When the rupa is anrutam vyabhicharat vikari, nama also vikari, therefore vyabhicharat, therefore anrutam. Therefore, rupa nama are anrutam. What about the mud? That alone is arutam or satyam. Because that mud, whatever it is always mud. Mud and the name given to it as mud, in whatever the rupa it is there, otherwise, always it is in the same form and it never changes. So, yad rupena yad nirishtam tad na vyabhicharat tad satyam. In the same way, the Brahman is defined as satyam, therefore, satyam is Brahman, therefore, anything not Brahman is asatyam, and anything asatyam is not Brahman. This is how we have to think. Then our whole exercise is on what? The Satya Brahma, if you have to catch, Brahma being a Vikari, and whatever is Vikari, that being a Brahma, which is not our goal. Therefore, all a Brahma, all a Satyam, all Vyabhicharat, all Vikari, all Anrutam. We have to go on rejecting. As what is not my goal, is unreal, is not Brahman. With these words, that is not my goal. My goal is Brahman. And because it is Anrutam, it is Asatyam. Therefore, I don't want it. In this way, go on rejecting, 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 rejecting. That is why in Vedanta, one of the very, very important sadhana is Neti, 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 Neti. That's why Nishidhya Nikhila Upadhina Neti Neti iti Vakyataha Vidyad Aikyam Mahavakyehi Jivatma Paramatma Noho. These are all very powerful shlokas in Atma Bodha and all of them. Unless the Upadhi Nishedha by Neti Neti Vakya is not done, that Paramatma who is covered behind this imaginary pseudo Upadhi can never be discovered. The problem is what? Wherever there are upadhis, there alone is Brahman. Wherever there is Brahman, there alone is upadhis. Is it not? Wherever the snake is there, there alone is rope. Wherever the wave is there, there alone is water. Wherever ornaments are there, there alone is gold. Now our attention is on the ornaments and the waves and the snake. Therefore, we are not able to see the gold, the water, and the rope. And what is sadhana is? What is the sadhya vastu? Sadhya is the rope and also the water and the gold there. Therefore, how to reach out to that? Only by rejecting these three. And what is required to reject is the very crucial thing. Effort is required to reject, but to put the effort, what is required is knowing that they are anruta. Please note this point, my lords. Those are all the seated lords in front of me as the audience. Please note this point. As long as it is taken as Rutam or Satyam, we will never be rejecting it. Only when we listen, understand, and accept that is absolutely unrutam, yet appearing, because of its appearing, it is making as if the Paramatma disappeared and covered, and the Paramatma Anubhuti of Anantata or Anandata or Sattu or Chittu, it is not allowing us to enjoy, and it is making us live according to its own limitations. What is that? The Upadhi. This knowledge has to deeply enter into us. So, how many things there are? Let us take again the example of mud and pot. Mud alone is real, point one. Pot is the name and form superimposed on the mud. Two, three. Because of the attachment to the pot, we are not able to conceive the reality, the mud. Why? Because the pot has a utility value for us, and to that utility value, we have the desire. So the desire for the utility value, therefore, the Rupa Nama, because of which the utility is coming, utility is happening, and therefore our desire is fulfilled, we are not able to go beyond the Rupa Nama part to see the truth or reality, the mud. Therefore, how to reach out to the mud? Only by rejecting Rupa Nama of the pot. How to reject it? Only by keeping away for the time being the utility value. How do you reject that utility value? Only when we have no desire of that utility value. Is it not? If the desire is there, then we will never. Like that is how. Why are we not able to leave a person or a thing in our life? Because we have utility value in them. Why is it so? Because you have desire for that. Because of which what is happening? In that person or in me, that Parabrahma who is fully permeating, our attention is not at all going towards that. Therefore, this contradiction we have to sort out, especially when we decide to become a seeker. Within ourselves, this contradiction. Are you seeker of the world or are you seeker of the Brahman? First thing we have to be clear. That's why in today's introduction, those 3.5 minutes we spoke about, right from the first step to the last step, the step by step qualification, and the person who is qualified at that last step level alone is ready or worthy or qualified to study the Brahma Vidya Upanishad of Upanishad. That's what we explained today. Let it take time, and it takes time, and we have to give time, and we have to put the effort. It can be 1 year, 2 year, one life, two life, 100 life. We don't know, but this stage we have to reach. What are the stages you have to reach? First of all, are you a seeker of the world or seeker of Brahman? This clarity we have to have. Then, if we are the seeker of the Brahman, please remember, Brahman is a being in me. He is not a becoming. And anything on the Brahman superimposed is called, it has got the Rupanama, and it has got some utility value, and the one who is in that utility value, he will be having desires, and the one who has desires, he will be in the Vyavahara, not Paramarthika. Therefore, to reach to the seeking Brahman or the Brahman whom we are seeking or the sought Brahman, the only way is what? By rejecting the desires, by dropping the utility value, by going beyond the Rupanama, then only we see Brahman. But as long as the value to the Rupanama is given, so long the reality behind it cannot be seen. And as long as we have the value given to it, the utility wala, till that the Rupanama cannot be transcended. And as long as we have desires, we can never drop the utility value as well as the Rupanama to reach to the Sadvastu. And how do we transcend the desires? Only again by the logical thinking that desire is an abnormality in the mind. And for what we are having desire of anything is Sukha and Ananda. And that Sukha Ananda is in me only as my own self. It is not coming from the objects. Again, the same discussion. If it is coming from the objects, it should give happiness to everyone and it should give happiness to me all the time. Unless this first but most important contemplation is done, unless it is not done, as long as we don't do it, and when we do, then only what we seek is happiness, and that is not there in the objects or the people. That conviction has to come. Only after that, the desire for that is gone, goes away. This non-thinking about this point is called as delusion. And because the delusion or the moha, we are in that wrong thinking that the things and beings are giving us happiness. Therefore, we have a desire for them. Because of desire, our all attention is only to possess those things. And for that, whatever has to be done, the planning, the resources, all of that, we are only doing for that. By this, what is happening? Always we are in the delusory world of name and form. We are never reaching to the reality on which these name and form are projected. And see, the steps are very few. I seek happiness, they are not in the objects or the things, they are in me. Therefore, to discover what I am seeking the happiness, I have to discover my own self, which is called as Brahman, which has got the Satyam Jnanam Anantam Guna. For that, as so long I have developed the desires for the world, because of the habit, the desires will go on coming. But again, if I become victim to them by trying to fulfill them, they'll be added only more and more, like that Raja, Yayati, etc. Therefore, let the desire come, but I will not fulfill it. I'll slowly, through variety of thinkings or sublimations or upasanas or yoga, kuch bhi kaho, I see to it that in this world about anything I have no desire. That's called a para and apara vairagyams. And that is experienced in the heart, that I am free from all the desire. Consequence of that is what? The mind therefore no more leaks through intellect or the mana or the indriyas into the outer world of objects or things or beings. This is called as Ekagra Bhumika, Shuddha Antakarana, Satvika Antakarana in Yoga Bhasha, and in Vedanta Bhasha, this Viveka Vairagya Yukta Antakarana. It is to be created, it is to be brought, it is a necessary condition. When we again and again listen to Upanishad, and in that Upanishad, these type of discussions, then only our strong desire fulfilling mentality, attitude slowly gets loosened. That's the meaning of Upanishad. What is Upa, Ni and Shad? Sadehe Dhatoho Visharana Gati Avasadana Rupatvat. See, Sad Dhatu's first meaning is what? Visharanam. What is Visharanam? Samsara Shaitilyam. What is Shaitilyam of Samsara? So strongly we are a Samsari. Who is a Samsari? He has a desire, he wants to fulfill it. What is the Shithilata of this Samsara? Desires are binding me to the world, not allowing me to know the truth. Therefore, I don't want to fulfill desires or entertain desires. That's called as Shithilata of the desire. That is what Upanishad does. That is the meaning of the word Sad in Upanishad. First meaning. Then how is it happening? Through the inquiry, Vicharana. What is Vicharana? Brahman alone is real, everything is superimposed, unreal. Then how unreal can give the happiness? That is one explanation. Other is what? How can continuously changing perishable thing can give happiness? Second reason. Third, how can the jada give the happiness? Third reason. The fourth one, the thing which itself has no happiness, how can it give me? Objects have their qualities. We are not interested in the quality. We are interested in the happiness. In the object, the quality is like sugar has sweetness. It is quality. But the sweetness is not happiness. Is it not? Those who imagine happiness in sweetness, they go for sugar. Those who don't think so, then they don't run for it. And what is the ignorance there? Their own inner self called as happiness, they have projected on the sugar and thinking that sugar is giving happiness. Why is it happening? That is what is delusion. You are not thinking, therefore it is happening. Then what to do? Think in such a way that that delusion goes away. What is the delusions going away? Happiness never comes from anywhere. Happiness is my own inner being. First, it's all intellectual apprehensions. Therefore, to be eternally happy, I have to be one with my inner being, not getting lost in the outer. Such person alone, I will have the vairagya for everything in the world. That is the only one, Avruta Chakshu, and he alone can try for the Amrutatvam Ichan, the Amruta Swarup. See how both ways we are discussing here. The desire is the cause of all samsara. Therefore, slowly rise above the desires and convert the desire into the desire of Paramatma. And in the fulfillment of every desire of the world, desires will grow. In the fulfillment of the desire of Paramatma, thereafter no desire remains. This is one way of seeing. If all that appears to be sentimentally not so likable to you, then follow what Bhagavan said here. What is that? Yad rupena yad nishchitam tad navyavicharat tat satyam. Yad rupena yad nishchitam tad vyavicharat anrutam. Therefore, anrutam vyavicharat is equal to vikara is equal to anrutam. Avikari alone is rutam, is satyam. Therefore, avikari is rutam, rutam is satyam, satyam is Brahman. Here there are no worry about the mind or its desires. Simple calculation. Everything modifiable is anrutam. Only that which is non-modifiable or changeable is rutam. With this definition, then go on thinking, contemplating which are the things which are anrutam or vyavicharat or modifying. In this inquiry, we will see that the entire world is continuously changing or modifying. Therefore, it doesn't fit in the definition of the Rutam or Satyam. It is Anrutam, reject. Then come to our own Deha. Deha Nirantaram modifying. Anything modifying Vyavicharat is Anrutam, not Rutam, not Satyam, not Brahma. My goal is Brahma. Therefore, reject the Deha Upadhi as not Brahman and not me and not goal, not my goal. This has to be done till the strong identity with the Deham, that I am Dehosmi, and through the Deha, I am this whatever man or woman or whatever I have identities, and through that, this or that Sukha I am getting. All that should wash away. Till that time, it has to be done. Not even a trace of that should be there. Understand? Like Aham Dehosmi. As a Deha, Aham Swami Asmi. As a Swami, Aham Vakta Asmi of the Upanishads, Bhagavatam, or Ramayanam. Not only that, even otherwise, everybody comes, we give them advice or guidance. We extend our love and to all. ये सारे देह तादात्म्य मिथ्या जीव के ही लक्षण है. All of them, when they are truly rejected, until that rejection happens, when it truly doing anrutam anrutam, not rutam neti neti, then only we can focus on the inner self. Focus means what? Reaching towards it. And what is the help given to us? Without any emotional sentimental worry, anything which is modifying is anrutam asatyam abrahma. It is not our goal. So this is a healthy way of rejecting. Here, that's how the Upanishad, without bringing the aspects of sentiment, etc., it eliminates all the problems. What is sentiment here? How can I be without Deha Tadatmya? How can I be without having all the relations, relativities in the world involving how good it is, how wonderful it is, how nice it is to talk to people, to love them, to move with them here and there, and objects involving, enjoying. These such a sentimental fellow will be mental only. He can never be Brahmagyan. He can be bhakta and surrender to Bhagwan for a long time, some million lives. In one of the life, Bhagwan said, Bewkuf, enough of all that, and just start focusing again on the self, which I told you million lives back. Same thing happened in Bhagavatam. Uddhava was sentimental. Bhagwan, you are leaving me and going. Take me, Bewkuf. There is no you or me. There is only one truth. Discover that on the seat of meditation. So to Arjuna, how can I kill my uncle, my Dadaji, my this guru? Your uncle, your Dadaji, you bring them, I will kill them. Mayar Mora Toratai Maya. Sentimental. Is it not? That's how the power of Upanishad. Only Upanishad has this power. That is why there's nothing literature in the world which can surpass it. Which ruthlessly but diligently, delicately only takes us beyond everything, makes us what we are, means takes us to our own self. So how simple it is? Brahma is Satyam. Satyam is yadrupen yad nishchitam tad na vyavicharatu. Then opposite of that is what? Yadrupen yad nishchitam tad vyavicharat chet, that anrutam. Therefore vikaraha anrutam. Therefore we want the Brahma. Brahma is avikari. To reach to the Brahman, which is already our own self, all the vikaravan vishayas, abrahma, abrahma. In this way, we have to do the neti neti rejection. This has to be done. When we keep on doing, then the gush of the thoughts for the world and the desires for world, backed by the wrong notions, backed by the strong habits, backed by the vasanas gathered in a million lives, they keep on going away. This we have to knowingly, consciously, deliberately keep on doing. But who can do all that? The one who has thoroughly understood Vedanta and the one who has come to the Ekagra Chitta. Who has not understood Vedanta and also his Chitta is Kshipta, Muda Vikshipta, he will sit for meditation, but it is not meditation, it's a meditation, it's a Namke Vaste. He may sit for millions of lives for meditation. Because of Bhumika Kshipta, Muda Vikshipta, his thoughts are about Abbrahma only, Asatya only, Anruta only, other than Brahma only. How much ever he may sit. And who is that he? It is you and me. Why we worry about others' meditation? I myself, when I am not very clear through the Vedantic study that Brahma Prapti alone gives moksha, therefore I must gain Brahman. I alone thereafter, the Brahman is Satyam, everything Asatyam. I have to reject Asatyam to reach Satyam Brahman. Brahman. These are all theoretical knowledge. To make this theoretical and practical, what I have to do on the seat of meditation is Neti Neti. Who can do the Neti Neti Wala? The one who has become single pointed in Chitta. Who can become single pointed? Who has come to Sattva Guna. How he comes to Sattva Guna? By rejecting Rajas Tamas. What are the Rajas and Tamas? The excessive nidra or because of rajoguna, all that, the vishaya, sukha, prapti, ichha, all of that. Then by rejecting the object that sukha is not in them, or they are temporary or they are binding, with all these logics, our desire for things, when we drop, then the rajas tamas goes away, then the sattva comes. More importantly, what throughout the Yoga Sutras we are going to study and throughout life is what? Abhyasa we have to do. The Japa Abhyasa, the Upasana Abhyasa, all of them make the Chitta Ekagra. But Viveka gives the Vairagya. Therefore, Vairagya bhi chahiye, Abhyasa bhi chahiye. If the Abhyasa is not there of Ekagrata, then again Anekagrata mein man chala jata hai. If the Vairagya is not there, then again Ekagrata, because Vairagya is not there, runs into the world. You understood? If the Vairagya is not there, all the abhyas of single pointedness goes wasted. Vairagya is there, but you are not focusing the mind with abhyasa on the name of Lord or the sadhana. Again, the Vairagya goes away, Raga Dvesha come. That is why he talks about both. Through Viveka, we have to do the Vairagya, and with the Upadesha given by the Guru, we have to do the Abhyas. Of what? किसका अभ्यास करना है? चित्त को एकाग्र भूमि में लाने के लिए, to bring the mind into single pointedness, purity, subtlety. With that single pointed, pure, subtle mind, be attentive. What we have studied through Upanishad, it is remembered. What is studied through Upanishad? Brahmavid alone apnoti param. Point 1, 2. Brahma is Satyam. Point number 2. Satyam is yadrupena yad nishchitam tat navyavicharat Satyam. Point 3, point 4. Yadrupena yad nishchitam tad vyavicharat tat anrutam. And first one yadrupena yad nishchitam tad navyavicharat Satyam. It is Brahma Swarupa Lakshana. And yadrupena yad nishchitam tad vyavicharat tad anrutam, no. And that yadrupena nishchitam is our imagination, that we only have given that nishchitam to that. But it is not so. Like this person will be always with me permanently. That is I imagined. Therefore, one day that person leaves and goes, I become miserable. But a person living with me, even if Krishna with Uddhava, that is my nishchitam which is wrong. Therefore, because it is wrong, it is proved that it is wrong. How? Because the Krishna and Uddhava cannot be together all the time. Therefore, Vyabhichara, therefore Anrutam. What is Anrutam? Anrutam is not Krishna living Uddhava. It is Rutam. But Krishna will not live Uddhava is Anrutam. That is what Nishchitam, no? Krishna will not live Uddhava is Nishchitam. But it is not proving so. He is living, therefore is Anrutam. Krishna living is not Anrutam. Like somebody leaving me is not Anrutam. That is what is a fact. But somebody should not live, or some object should not go away from me, or I should not die. They are all, that concepts are wrong. Happening is not wrong. Happening never makes us miserable. The wrong concepts make us miserable. So those wrong concepts we have to drop. And only one wrong concept is what? Anything other than Brahman taken as real. What is real? Which is as it is all the time. But nothing is as it is all the time. Vyabhicharat. Therefore, everything is Anrutam. Brahman alone is Rutam. So, therefore, to catch that Rutam, Satyam, Brahman, which is Satya Rupena, Nishchitam and Navyabhicharat, we have to reject all that which is Anrutam, which is Vikari. This is how we have to do. This we have to catch. This is the crux of our entire sadhana. Substantiated by the next two words which we are going to study slowly. Therefore, that is why it is said everything in the world is a superimposed vikara on Paramatma. And what type of vikara? Paramatma is not changing. On him we are imposing the things. Therefore, that's why you see the water is changing or the wave is changing. Wave is changing, water is not changing. Pot is changing or the mud is changing? Mud is not changing, pot is changing. Interesting point. Think about it. Therefore, yet to reach to that Rutam or Satyam Brahma, all Anrutam we have to drop. And whatever is modifiable or Vikari, that is Anrutam. Because the definition of Satyam is Yadrupena Yad Nishchitam Tad Na Vyavicharati Satyam, Yadrupena Yad Nishchitam Tad Vyavicharati is Asatyam. What is the meaning of Yadrupena Yad Nishchitam Tad Vyavicharat means what? You think it is like it, but it is not the same within some minutes of time or some time. All that is Anrutam and all that is not Satyam and that is not Brahman. Our goal is Brahman. So by giving the Lakshana of the Brahman as Satyam, Bhagavan here, Rishi and Shankara Bhagavan together is making us contemplate, in which we do the neti rejection of everything vikari. Clear? Now after the Deha come to our own indriyas. Indriyas are vikari or avikari. They are continuously vikari. They don't have the same ability, capacity to perceive the things. Is it not? They are changing. Day by day, they are all changing only. उसमें ठिकाना नहीं है. It's going on changing. So the indriya, the prana shaktis, are they the same? When we were children, it was so less. As we are growing, coming to the age of youngsters, it was in good level. By the time 26, 28, the peak level. As age passes 50, 45 तक चलता है. After that, धीरे धीरे the prana shakti will not be the same. You listen to my talks 10 years back. Now you listen. What an amount of difference you can see in the prana shakti. That was vigorous. That was wonderful. अभी तो एक एक लेवल है थक जाते. Now after 10 years, after 15 years, 20 years, maybe Charan, I will only say Brahma with for this much only allowed to say. So prana shaktis are getting reduced. Therefore, anything is changing from its position. It is anrutam. Clear? Then the next one is most important is go to the mana. This fellow mana, every moment his sankalpas, vikalpas, emotions, imaginations, projections, how much they are all going on changing. A million thoughts at one moment. As if. Emotions, kshaname, rushtaha, kshaname, tushtaha. Just now I love you, but you didn't make coffee properly. I hate you. अरे अभी तो कहा तुमने आई लव यू या यू डिडंट ब्रिंग कॉफी नाउ व्हाई डू यू हेट इट इज सो यूजलेस इट वुड हैव बीन बेटर विदाउट कॉफी देयरफॉर आई हेट यू in the same way so many of the thought waves are millions coming in the mind how much the vyabhicharat or anrutatvam is happening in the mana. Therefore, what is the sadhana here? Ki mana, it has vritti, so it is continuously changing. Therefore, it is vikari. Therefore, it is vyavicharata. Therefore, it is anrutam. Therefore, it is not satyam. Therefore, it is not brahma. Therefore, I am not interested in it. See? I am reaching to Brahman, and Brahman is Satyam, and Mana is continuously changing, therefore it is not Satyam or Rutam. Therefore, neither I am Brahman, or Mana, nor I have any relation with the Mana. My relation only with Satya Brahma. We have to fix in that. There are two things, remember. Again and again, unless you go back to the introduction of this Upanishad in the beginning, introduction of the Sambandha Bhashya of this particular Valli, again and again we miss from the thought. We have to remember, Brahmavid only apnoti param. Point one. Point two, what is Brahma? Brahma is a Bratvat. What is Bratvat? It is a Sarvapyapaka Sarvatma. Because it is Sarvatma, it is Atma of me. Therefore, I am already that. But still, I am not having the prapti of the Brahman. Why? Because adarshana. What is the example in the 10 people's case? Only darshanam is done. Clear? दर्शना दर्शन अपेक्षत्वात् ब्रह्मण प्राप्ति अप्राप्त्यो हो वो कभी नहीं बोलना दैट इज द बेसिक इफ यू फॉरगेट इट व्हाट वी डू वी गेट कंफ्यूज्ड अगेन एंड अगेन basic point what you have to start is I am already Brahman. Now I am not experiencing because Brahma Darshana is not happening. Only when I have Brahma Darshana, Brahma Prapti is experienced. Why the Brahma Prapti is not happening? Because Brahma Darshana is not happening. Why the Brahma Darshana is not happening? This is the $1,000,000 question. Because I am having the Abrahma Darshana. And why the Abrahma Darshanam? Because of the moha, because of the desires, because thinking that they are source of happiness. Now all that we have already analyzed. The clear picture now came to us is only this much. Brahma Darshana gives Brahma Prapti gives Moksha. And what Brahma Darshana I get it is by rejecting the Abrahma. Clear? And what is Abrahma? Everything which is modifying. Because Brahman is Satyam, other than Brahman, which is Anrutam, because everything in the world is constantly changing. Just observe, changing or not. Yes, changing, therefore Vyabhitarat, therefore Anrutam, therefore Asatyam, therefore Abrahma, therefore it is not me, reject. Like you see the album. Every photo you see, go on rejecting, because you are not there only. And in some photo, somewhere, some corner, we are finding ourselves. And how much we get excited to look at ourselves. मैं इधर हूँ. वो भी आधा चेहरा देख रहा है, not पूरा भी. How do we reject all that? In the same way, I am Brahma, Brahma is Satya, therefore I am Satya. Everything other than the Satya, called as Asatya, is Anrutam, is Vikari, it is not me, it is not Brahma. Therefore reject. That's why without this basic theoretical knowledge, conviction, our meditation is only what we do, we don't know. Therefore, never ever we reach. But with this knowledge very substantially gained, we can really try at least in right direction. When we keep on doing, slowly we become masters or perfect in doing. That perfect mastery of doing slowly takes us to the experience. हर दिन यही करना है. Get up in the morning, do your japa, gather the rays of the mind, sit for meditation, remember the Siddhanta Jnanam, say that Brahma Prapti gives Param, and I am already that Brahman, but still the darshan is not there, therefore Apara Prapti nahi ho raha hai, darshan karna hai. For doing darshanam, I have to do the rejection of all the Brahma, whose darshanam I am having now. How do I reject? The definition is Brahma is Satyam, everything other than Brahma is Asatyam Anrutam. Vikari, therefore everything Vikari is Anrutam, that's not Brahma or self, therefore I am rejecting it. With this theoretical knowledge, sit. Like any shopkeeper. He opens the shop with a theoretical knowledge. These are the new things to have to be brought, these are the things to be sold today, and these are the account to be made, this is the amount to be paid. How he clear in his thing? Everybody is like that, no? In the same way, we also on the Sita meditation, with full preparation, with full all the data kept around, we have to do the sadhana. The data is given by the Shruti Mata and Shankara Bhagavan here. So this is the load of all this thought. Okay. Final thought is what? Evam Sadeva Satyam. See, Sadeva Satyam means what? The Sadvastu alone is Satyam or Nityam. Satyam here is Nityam. The pure existence alone is reality. Satyam is existence. Satyam is reality. That Satyam itself reality. Satyam is equal to Nityam. Nityam, Satyam here together. So Sat Vastu Eva Satyam and Nityam. The pure existence alone, the reality, the eternal reality. Pure existence alone, eternal reality. Everything other than existence is unreal and non-eternal. Now coming to the next point is what? Iti avadharanat. Therefore, ataha. The conclusion of Satyam Brahma is what? Brahma iti atah Satyam Brahma iti Brahma vikarat nivartayati. Therefore, there are no vikara in the Brahman, and then to reach to the Brahman, all the vikara yukta we have to reject. And to ensure whether we have reached Brahman or not, we have to see that there is no vikara in that. In this way, by rejecting the all vikara, we are taken to the Brahman. And to ensure whether we reach the Brahman or not, we test the Brahman and see it is a vikari. Therefore, Brahma vikarat nivartayati means vikara rupat jagatah nivartayati. At the same time, Brahmani api vikaram nasti iti bruvati vadati. Kim satyamiti shabdam. The Satya word which is qualifying Brahman, which is the lakshana of the Brahman, is first rejecting all the vikaras. Second, this Satyam is word taking us to the Brahma. And if Brahman is Satyam, the Brahman also should be avikari. Therefore, vikarat nivartayati. So, Satyam Brahma iti Brahma vikarat nivartayati Satyam iti Shabdam or Shruti Mata or Ug Mantra. Contemplate on that. Contemplate that. See, to this beautiful knowledge, we are denied because of our own never attending it. From how many lives we were missing it? Now we got. But even if we get it, unless we love this knowledge, unless we make it our habit all the time to be in that contemplative mood of trying to reach out Brahman, it will not be a habit to go with us life after the life, where how many lives it takes, we don't know, to reject all the vikara and reach to the avikari Sat Brahma. It can happen this very moment. It can happen after a few years. It can happen toward the end of life, at the last moment of life. इसका कोई ठिकाना नहीं, बट हमको करते रहना है. करते रहना है तो याद रहना चाहिए. And how do you lose the yad of it? We give up the book and we enter into the world. Therefore, the two things we have to do. First, as much as time, we have to spend only in the Shastra study, Shastra Shravanam, in which this theme is understood. And that study should be followed by Mananam so much. But this Jnanam, till that Jnanam remains all the time in our mind. After that, the book is not required. Class is not required. Wherever you are always in the mood of rejecting Anrutam to reach to the Satyam Brahma. You understand? Such person, first he goes to a secluded place without any even book also, because the knowledge he gained, he works out on that knowledge. One substantial gain or achievement or the position he reaches, then everywhere he is in same mood of meditation only. Their closed eye or open eye. Karte, depending on his vasanas or the prarabdhas or whatever it may be, slowly the result comes. We need not worry. Both karmanyavadikaraste mahapalesh kadachana is in the worldly activity also, in spiritual sadhana also. साधना कर्म करने में ही हमारा अधिकार है. फल कब मिलेगा, वी नॉट वरी. यमे वैश वृणते तेन लभ्य तस्ेष आत्मवृत्ते धनुस्वाम. सो टू यू डू द साधना योगक्षेम वहाम्यहम योगस्य क्षेमम. आई विल टेक केयर. आई विल सी टू इट यू रीच इट, दैट यू लीव इट टू मी. Like the rishis discussed and gave Upadesha to Valmiki ji, and they were always aware of him. Then, while he was doing Upadesha, doing Upasana, or Mara, they were subtly blessing him. Then, when they came and called, he came out, they said, "You have already become Munishwara, your name is Valmiki now, you are finished product, ho gaya." But Valmiki ji never worried about the time. Yuga Sahasra, it is said. एंड एक सहस्त्र युग तक मरा करते गए वो, तब भी फल नहीं मिला, तब भी नहीं मिला, नहीं मिला, उसके बाद मिलने तो करते गए. दैट इज द पॉइंट वी हैव टू लर्न. टिल द अनुभूति कम्स, ही वेंट ऑन डूइंग द उपनिषद गिवन. एंड उपदेशस आर नॉट मेनी, जस्ट मरा बोलो हो गया बस. Here also, Satyam Brahma, Satyam is Avikari, Avikari is Brahma, everything Vikara is Brahma, my goal is Brahma, which is Avikari, Satyam, therefore everything Vikari, Asatyam, Brahma, I go on rejecting by Neti. What is that Neti? Neither I am it, nor I need it, nor I have any relation with it. वो मैं नहीं हूँ, मुझे इसकी जरूरत नहीं है, मुझे उसका कोई संबंध नहीं. मेरा संबंध सत्य ब्रह्म से है, नॉट असत्य जगत. And in that asatya, everything should be rejected. The jagat rejected, deha is rejected, prana is rejected, then the mana also we discussed, then the intellect also. With all its ability is to know, with all its formation of the concepts, with all its ability of intellection, intellect is not me also. Because intellect के ideas भी, subtleties भी, concepts भी बदलते रहते हैं. Not the same all the time. Vyabhicharat, therefore Anrutam, therefore Asatyam, therefore Abrahma, therefore Na Aham Asmi, therefore I am not interested in that. And the ego also, the pseudo ego, identify these upadhis, goes on changing again. When the good knowledge comes, yes, I am knowledgeable. Samajh nahi aata, yeah, today I didn't understand. When the very happy emotion comes, I am happy, is in the mind level. Miserable emotion, I am become miserable. Ego also Vyabhicharat, therefore is also Anrutam. See that? In that way, with the help of word Satyam Brahma, Brahman is proved to be avikari, therefore everything vikara has to be rejected. Ataha satyam brahma iti brahma vikarat nivartayati. You have to stay here. Catch that point. And all what we discussed, go on contemplating, then the conviction comes about the knowledge that we have to practice on the seat of dhyana. Now, once Brahman is said as Satyam, immediately the problem comes, one problem. To sort out that problem, the second word was required. The Shruti Mata used the second word, the Jnanam. And what is the problem that can arise when Brahma is Satyam? The thing is, now we are taking up the second word. Satyam Brahma is thoroughly explained. Now the Jnanam Brahma is explained. Then comes Anantam Brahma. Okay. Now why the second word Jnanam is said? Satyam Brahma bol diya, ho gaya na? But there comes a problem. What is that? You are seeing the world, yeah, world is modifying, yeah, it is unreal, yeah. Though it is modified or unreal, it has got a substratum, yeah. What is that substratum which is there? And what is that? You already said Brahman. Therefore, what has happened to the Brahman here? The Brahman has become the Karana for the Jagat. Be attentive to this one. So I am seeing the world, no? Yeah. World is modifying, yeah, changing, yeah, unreal, yeah. But still, it should have a substratum on which it is superimposed, yeah. Therefore, what is the karana of this entire jagatu? Brahma ho gaya. Be attentive. When Brahma becomes karana for the jagat, next sentence is very important one. You will not understand it, I know. Tomorrow I will explain it more. What is that? When Brahma becomes karana, immediately to continue to become the karana of the jagatu, he'll have to become karaka. The moment the karakatva came in Brahma, immediately the satyatva goes away. Because satyam is yad rupena yad nishchitam tad navya vicharat. The karana will have to become karaka before anything. That's why in Sanskrit Bhasha, the karaka pratyas are used. Means what? Any dhatu will never be used independent. That dhatu will have to be added with the karaka pratyaya, then only becomes utilizable anywhere. The karaka pratyayas are the 7 vibhaktis, then the lingas, then the vachanas, then the kalas. है ना भूत भविष्य वचन अर्थ का वर्तमान कालास भूत काला भविष्य काला वर्तमान काला काल रूप में उसमें कारकता आना चाहिए like Rama. No, Rama is an abstract thing. You cannot be. You have to use him in Karaka Pratyaya. You have to at least tell is a Namavachaka Ramaha. Unless to that root Rama, Ramaha or the Karaka Pratyaya is not added, it is hanging only in the space. It will not be helping in the formation of anything further. By itself, it has of no use. Therefore, तीनों कालों में भूत भविष्य वर्तमान और 3 वचनों में एक वचन द्विवचन एंड बहुवचन 3 लिंगों में स्त्री पुरुष एंड नपुंसक लिंग देन 7 विभक्तियों में प्रथमा विभक्ति द्वितीय इत्यादि इवन संबोधन एटलीस्ट यू हैव टू हैव हे राम when you say Rama you have to add he Rama then it becomes sambodhana otherwise without all this Rama has no meaning. Therefore, anything which is karana will have to have a karakata. The moment you become karaka, you become kartru. The moment he became kartru, he became modified. When he is modified, he is anrutam. Then anrutam asatyam. Therefore, Brahma satyam is rejected. Therefore, what is to be done here? The karanatva which is obtained or which is given on the Brahman when it is said as Satya or the Karana, that is rejected with the second word, the what do you call? Jnanam Brahma. Therefore, by Satyam Brahma, the Vikaritva on Brahman is rejected. By Jnanam Brahma, the Karanatvam is rejected. That means what? Brahma is not the Karana of the world from the Brahman standpoint. To reach to the Brahman, further to reject the world, we call Jagat as a Karya, therefore the Karana is Brahma. See this, don't be confused about it. Is Brahma Karana of the Jagat or not? From the Jagat Drushti, Brahma is Karana for rejecting the Brahma. For Jagat, sorry, rejecting Jagat. But from the Brahma Drushti, he cannot become Karana. Because if it's Karana, then there's a Karaka added. When the Karaka is added, he is declining in so many pratyas. When he's declining in so many pratyaya, then how can he be Rutam? Because yad rupen yad nishchitam, tad navyavicharat tad satyam. But yad rupen and yad nishchitam, tad vyavicharat, that is anrutam, vikari. Become conscious here in this thing. That's why these are the few explanations which we'll never understand unless Guru and Shastra and Ishwara Kripa is there. All other things we understand, but no use of those things. The main thing which we have to understand is this thing, because this is the only one important. But यहाँ वो ताला खुलता नहीं, इसलिए इसी जगह के लिए हमको गुरु भगवान का अनुग्रह चाहिए, for which from the day one we have to do their upasana and prayer. That is the meaning of Samendro medhaya sprunoti amrutasya devadharano bhuyasam. See, amrutasya brahmajnanasya dharana bhuyasam. May I be able to hold, comprehend the Brahmajnana in my intellect when I listen it from my Guru through the Shastra. That prayer done for many, many years will help us at this crucial junction. And without, tasya mahatmana ete katida artha prakashante, only to him the subtle meaning of that is revealed, not to other who is not devoted to God and Guru. Therefore, keep on in that prayerful mood to the Guru and Upasana mood to the Paramatma, then their grace at this moment make that jadoo by which, by our effort, that which we were never understanding is made to understood. We get understanding of it. They make it understandable to us. It's just there only, but you can't catch it. These are the crucial junctions. So when the Brahma became Satya, then he became Karana. Therefore, there is a Karakata. Therefore, there is declining. Therefore, there is a Vikaram. Therefore, Yad Vikara, Vikari, Tadanrutam. Yad Vikaram, Tadvyabhichat. Yad Vyabhichat, Tadanrutam. Yadanrutam, Tadna Satyam. Yad Na Satyam, Katam Tad Brahma. देखो, Brahma is Satyam, yet by using Brahman only as Satyam, it is proved that Brahma is not Satyam. Therefore, to reject that aspect, which is making Brahman asatyam, though from one angle we found that Brahman is Satyam, the second word used is the Jnanam. Now, this Jnanam also two types of Jnanam, that Jnanam which we talk about. And here, the Jnanam used is in totally different meaning. And you have to be very conscious even to analyze this to understand. It is a little more deeper and tougher than the Satya Avagahana. That we tried 2 days, we have come to some level at least. Now tomorrow we will discuss about the Jnana aspect of the Brahma, the second Lakshana. Second, explanation without explanation. Definition without definition. Indication without indication. Which can be indication because we have to reach to that. Description without description. Adjective without being an adjective. See the flow of thought. Ataha karanatvam praptam brahmanaha karanasya cha karakatvam karakatvat vastutvat mrudvatu achitrupada prapta ataha idam uchyate jnanam brahma iti ज्ञानम ज्ञप्ति अवबोध भाव साधन ज्ञान शब्द न तो ज्ञानकर्तृ ब्रह्म विशेषणत्वात् सत्य अनंताभ्यां सह न हि सत्यता अनंतता च ज्ञानकर्तृत्वे सति उपपद्यते ज्ञानकर्तृत्वेन हि विक्रियमाणं कथं सत्यं भवेतो अनंतं च यद् हि न कुतश्चित् प्रविवच्यते तद् अनन्तं ज्ञानकर्तृत्वे च ज्ञेयज्ञानाभ्यां प्रविभक्तम् इति अनन्तता न स्यात् यत्र न अन्यद्विजानाति स भूमा अथ यत्र अन्यद्विजानाति तदल्पम् इति श्रुत्यन्तरात्. I have understood. I have to explain to you now. Then on this again Purvapakshi asks a question. Which Siddhanti put so much effort to answer it. Again he will ask another one related to that point. In this way, the subtler than the subtlest doubts whichever come, confusion that come, all of them are eliminated to fully foolproof manner to make us convinced and understood about those three words Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, which are the Lakshana of the Brahma. It's a great, great exercise. Therefore, I am requesting you again and again, these 7, 8, 9, 10 days, whatever time it takes, be fresh with your Shuddha Sattva Guna in the mana, with all your upasanas done in the morning, etc. And don't get worried about anything in the world. Nothing changes because of us, nothing stops because of us. जो हो रहा है होने दो, अपने मन का रक्षा करो. Don't worry about things or beings or situations or happenings, etc. for 1 week. Then protect the mind's calmness, quietness, concentration, purity, subtlety. With that, let us understand this most crucial topic of not only this Upanishad, but entire Upanishad literature, for that matter, entire Brahma Vidya and Moksha process. I am committed to thoroughly study and explain to you. You also be committed to thoroughly listen. Prepare that way. Let us that way study and enjoy. Thank you. Sarvam Parabrahmacharanarindarvanastu. Om 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 Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasa Purnamaadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Paramarshibhyo Namaha Parabrahmane Namaha Shrutimatre Namaha Vedavyasa Vaishnampayana Agnivalkya Adya Shankarad Gurubhyo Namaha Asmat Gurubhyo Namaha Taksat Brahmarpanamastu Om Raksha Raksha Pahi Vahi Shrutam Me Gopaya Om Samendro Medhya Sprunotu Amrutasya Devadharana Bhuyasam Shrutam Me Gopaya. Let us chant the whole mantra because a very crucial topic. Fourth Anuvakam of Prathama Valli. Om Yaschandasaam Vrishabho Vishwarupah Chandobhyodhyamrutaat Sambhavova Samendro Medhaya Sprunoto Amrutasya Devadarano Bhuyasam Shariram Me Vicharshanam Jihva Me Madhumattama Karnabhyam Bhuri Vishruvam Brahmana Koshosi Medhaya Pihitah Shrutam Me Gopaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So too, again the eighth one. Aham Ruksha Sareriva Kirti Prushtangireriva Urdhva Vajaniva Samrtamasmi Dravinagam Savarchasam Sumedha Amruthokshidaha Ititishankor Veda Anuvachanam. 10th Anuvakam it is. Ninth one was Rutam Cha Swadhyaya Pravachane. Eighth was Omkara. Seventh was Pantopasana. Sixth was Antarardaya Akasha Sthita Jiva Upasana. Fifth was the Vyahruti Upasana. Fourth was the Kamana for the Medha as well as Dhana. Third was Samhita Upasana. Second one was Shanti, Shikshadhyaya. First one was Shanti Mantra. I to remember all which we studied in the Prathama Valli. 10th was this Trishankos Vachanam. And the 11th one we saw was the convocation address Anushasanam by the Guru. 12th is the repetition of Shanti Mantra. These are all were in the Prathama Shiksha Valli. In the second, we have started the Brahma Lakshanam. Then to reach out to the Brahmana, the Pancha Upadhi, their analysis, their Anatmatva, all that will be taught. Thank you. Let us join in 1 minute for our Patanjali Darshanam study. वाह!